morning, peeps. Today's the day I am going to get my first CoolSculpting treatment. I'm having my coffee, coming in hot, just to get cool. Gonna freeze my fat today, and I want you guys to follow me on this journey. So, my appointment today is with one of my good friends and colleagues, Judy. She works at Dr. Silva's office, so we will be going in so that I can get my treatment done. Super excited, and we're really excited to bring this to you guys. For all of you who have been wondering what CoolSculpting is, how it works, we'll be talking a little bit about that process, and I will see you guys soon. All right, guys, getting ready to go to my appointment. So let's talk a little bit about what CoolSculpting is. CoolSculpting is basically a procedure where all fat is unwanted. Procedure where 20 to 25% of stubborn fat cells or adipose tissue are frozen, and they're frozen to death basically. Once they die, they're gone forever. So similar to liposuction, but without the downtime. You can basically kill off 20 to 25% of your fat cells that are in your subcutaneous tissue areas. So what is subcutaneous fat? There's two types of fat. There is subcutaneous, which is below the skin, and then there is visceral fat or belly fat, which is closest to the organs, which surrounds the organs. So the more we gain weight, we can have a combination of both. There are thin people that are, genetically thin for whatever reason. They can eat whatever they want and not gain too much subcutaneous fat, but they can gain visceral, where the visceral fat is surrounding their organs. CoolSculpting concentrates on the subcutaneous fat tissue. So what it's doing is, it's because it doesn't penetrate that far down, so it only takes care of the subcutaneous. So basically the pinchable tissue. So what we always say is, if we can squeeze it, we can freeze it. That is our biggest thing. So when we do our consultation with you guys, what's going to happen is we are checking. First, we want to know what your biggest area of opportunity that you would like to take care of. Majority of the time, our number one area of opportunity to correct is the abdomen. Our next most wanted opportunistic area is the arms, and the one after that, third most popular, is the submental or the chin area here. Based on the consultation that we do with you, that'll depend on how many treatments you will need. Our motto and our biggest thing is we want to treat to complete. So what treat to complete means is, based on your most problematic area, if there are a certain number of treatments based on your weight, how much tissue we're able to squeeze, and based on your body type and everything like that, we want to be able to tell you how many treatments you're going to need in that particular area. So we strongly recommend that when you come for your CoolSculpting consultation, that the area that you feel is your most problematic, the one that you feel that if you correct it, you'll feel better about yourself, That's the one we should concentrate on first, because I think we all have areas. I myself have a ton of areas that I want to take care of, but today I'm going to be taking care of my biggest problem area, which is my abdomen. And you guys will see shortly how that's done. So right now, driving to Dr. Silva's office, and like I said earlier, my colleague Judy, who you guys will meet momentarily, is going to be working on my abdomen. And so we're gonna take you through the consultation process, show you how we measure, show you how we're able to find the right applicator to fit the area to have a successful treatment process. Now, one thing about CoolSculpting is it is not a one-time shot. So again, based on your body type, based on how much subcutaneous tissue that there is to work with, that'll determine how many treatments. So for me, I know for a fact that I'm gonna have more than just one treatment. After my treatments, in about 4 to 6 weeks, I'll come back, I'll get new photos taken, because what happens is when the tissue is frozen, we do a really good 2-minute massage afterwards to get it going through the system, so that way it can start expelling itself through our body fluids, so urine and stool. This is a continuous process, so even with getting my treatment done today, every day my body is going to be expelling this now dead fat tissue. When I get myself set up for my other treatments, it will add on to the continuous process. So after a good couple of weeks of good diet, exercise, as well as getting additional treatments later on, I will get the results that I want with very minimal to no downtime at all. And this was really a process that I feel will help me get healthy, especially with the type of process this is. It's not like a one-stop shop type situation where you just get one treatment and you're good to go, like you're miraculously skinny. It is definitely a process, and it's definitely a commitment to finally get the results that you want and to finally be in the best shape of your life. This is a great additional tool, especially if you have those stubborn areas that you just can't get rid of. Or it could be a tool for you to get a jump start on your weight loss and fitness journey, to add on to whatever you're trying to do, because genetically we still have areas that can cause us a few problems, that no matter how many crunches, no matter how many squats or sit-ups we do, we just cannot get rid of that area, because genetically that's the way it's supposed to be. Looking at our parents and seeing where genetically they may be certain ways, our grandparents or whatever, those traits can be passed down to us, if we don't take care of ourselves in a certain way. So to me, I feel like this is a great opportunity to correct those things that I feel would make me look better if they weren't there. So we are now at the office. I'm going to get ready to go inside to meet, so you guys can meet the crew, and I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys. Alright guys, I am here. We are in our CoolSculpting room. This is where the magic happens. Right behind me is the CoolSculpting machine, and my beautiful colleague Judy is going to be working on me, so I am going to go get changed and we'll get started. Yeah, just like I'm vulnerable.
You're beautiful. Okay, I want you to look in the mirror.
Okay.
Let's put these down a little. You're wearing your underwear underneath?
Yep.
Because that's going to pull on the skin a little bit. So I would like for you to show me what area.
So my biggest areas, like the area I want to really pay attention to now, would be my abdomen, of course.
Okay.
The flanks and stuff I think I can do next, but the abdomen is like my main focus right now.
Okay. Yep. So let me turn you around this way.
So here is where we're going to start figuring out which applicator is going to be the best fit. So what Judy is doing right now is she is checking for what we call peaks. So basically raised areas where there are pockets of fat to where we can figure out exactly where the applicators are going to go and which ones are going to successfully grab all the areas that are needed, the areas of opportunity, if you will, to ensure that they are treated correctly. So the applicators that she is going to use for me are the CoolSculpting Cool Advantage Plus, and she's going to use that one at the lower abdomen. And then for the upper abdomen, she is going to use the CoolSculpting's Cool Advantage applicators. So now that she has marked her peaks, she is now drawing lines to decide where the CoolSculpting applicators are going to go so that she can map them out. So basically, we're just going to draw a nice big map on my abdomen to where we're going to place those applicators once she is done. So she is just setting all of those up, making sure they're nice and even. And the cool thing about this is we make sure that our assessments are extremely thorough. The lines that we initially place on the area that's going to be treated, we're not married to those areas or those lines. So we kind of make sure that if we need to move it for whatever reason based on, applicator size or the way it's sitting or just the way a pocket of fat may be laying, once we actually draw the lines, we can always move those lines and change them out to make sure that the patient is going to get the best treatment at all time periods. So now we're going to do the same, and we're going to draw out the area where the CoolSculpting Advantage applicator is going to be placed. So now it's photo time. After we do all the markings, we want to make sure that we take photos of all the areas that are going to be treated for that day with the markings on, because this is a nice template for us to be able to look at when the patient comes back at another time to get treated. And it also kind of covers other areas that aren't treated as well, so that way we have initial photos of all the possible areas of opportunity to CoolSculpt on. So now, once we do that, we like to make sure that we are using the right applicator on the area. So again, as you can see, she is marking new lines to make sure that we cover all those areas. We are not married to the initial lines, and we do this because we really want to make sure that we get as much tissue in there to freeze as possible. Now what Judy is doing is she is preparing the actual applicator, getting it set up and ready to go for the procedure. So now that that's all done, we're going to get the treatment bed all ready to go with our comfort straps. And she's going to set up the machine to the right area that we're going to be treating. And now I'm just sitting here waiting, excited. Yes, CoolSculpting. All right. So now just pretty much ready to go. Time for the pre-treatment wipe. This wipe is done to all areas that are going to be treated for exactly 60 seconds. So we count down, making sure that we clean this area for exactly 1 minute. Now it is time to lay down and get ready to start this procedure. So the next thing that she's going to apply to my skin is a gel pad. So this gel pad has a special additive in it that will protect my skin from the cold. The last thing we want is any type of thermal injury in the form of frostbite. So this particular gel pad is specially formulated to protect the skin from the cold that we're getting through the treatment. Each applicator has a gel pad that specifically works for that size to make sure that the entire area is covered that's going to be treated during the procedure. We want to make sure that there's minimal air bubbles, so to make sure that there's no missed areas. And it's time to apply the machine. We want to put this on straight away, no rocking or anything. We want to put it dead on to the area that's going to be treated. We're going to apply the comfort straps on each side to make sure that it stays in place. Once we place the applicator on, we turn on the suction, which is going to suck up the area that we want to treat, and then we apply the comfort straps to make sure it stays in place. And to reinforce and to make sure everything stays perfectly, we go ahead and we apply a boppy pillow. The boppy pillow really keeps it in place, and it also is very comfortable for the patient as well, because it allows them to not have to feel like they have to hold the machine at all, even with the suction. So the Cool Advantage Plus is going to take about 45 minutes on each side, and the Cool Advantage is going to take about 35 minutes on each side. And that's the great thing about this procedure. There's not a lot of downtime. You can be out of there at a minimum of 2 hours, max 5 to 6 if you're feeling gung-ho and you want to get a lot of areas completed. CoolSculpting is legit. So this is an example of when the applicator is pulled off after your treatment is completed. This is done with the Cool Advantage, and this was a 35-minute treatment. So now I'm just getting the massage. Had an initial burning sensation, but now it's gone. But it's like completely numb. So she's massaging me for 2 minutes. 2 whole minutes. With that 2-minute massage, you have 67% of those dead fat cells. You're ensuring that they're getting through so that they can pass through your lymphatic system and you can pee and poop them out. All right.
Later.
Hey guys. So it has been 2 days since I received my CoolSculpting treatment on my abdomen. And so far so good. So I know these are the things that you guys are looking to know, basically the after effects. How are you going to feel after you get this done? So far for me, and results vary. Everybody's different. Everybody's threshold, what they're able to tolerate, is all different. So the things that have happened to me are, I do have numbness in my abdomen. That's going to last for a couple of weeks. That's a normal side effect because of the fact that you just blasted areas of your body with cold, extreme cold, to the point where it had to provide cell death. The cold, hitting those fat cells. So do have some numbness, little bit of itching just because everything is starting to try to wake up, but nothing unbearable. I have been wearing a compression garment to kind of help with like the itching process and everything, and that's just my own personal choice to use it. You can, you can't, it doesn't matter. Whatever you need for your comfort is totally fine. I've also had, during the massage portion, there was some slight burning. That's just basically what it felt like. I equate it to if you sat on your foot or your leg for an extended amount of time and your leg is trying to wake up. That's exactly what it feels like. Little achy, little numb, but once the 2-minute massage was completed, totally tolerable. Let's see what else. So when do I get another check? So between 4 to 6 weeks, I can get another treatment. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a second treatment of those same areas in 4 to 6 weeks, because for me, I'm going to need at least 3 treatments because, hey, it is what it is. Gravity, age, all of that. It all settles in certain areas for some of us. So I'm owning my situation and I'm taking care of it. But yeah, it's going to take me like 3 treatments. So I have 2 more treatments to go. So in 4 to 6 weeks, I'll go back, get photos taken. 6 weeks is the optimal time to get your photos taken due to the fact that it takes roughly about 5 weeks or so for you to kind of see a difference in your area, depending on how much tissue you have in that area. So remember that. If you have more tissue than usual, don't expect for this to be miraculous. This is a definite commitment. So you really want to make sure that you are willing to put in the time and you're not going to get frustrated, especially with, all of the work that has to go into your body kicking in and expelling all of that excess waste due to the fact that it's frozen and it's dead. What else? Your treatment plan. One thing I do want to specify to you guys, your treatment plan is based off of the assessment that we do for you. So for me, when Judy was doing my assessment, like I said before, I ended up having to get like 3 areas. Each area of my abdomen is going to be done 3 times in order for me to get the results that I need. But I also need to ensure that I keep up a good diet. I at least exercise 2 to 3 times a week and maintain a pretty healthy lifestyle to help expedite the process of it working faster. This is not a cure-all for weight loss. It is a helpful situation for weight reduction. And yeah, I think this is going to be great for me because of the simple fact this has been an area that has always been the hardest to remove. And I don't want to get liposuction or anything like that because I don't want the downtime and I don't want the additional pain that comes with it. So CoolSculpting is a nice alternative, especially if you are opposed to any type of surgical procedures. CoolSculpting in terms of weight loss to help that situation a little faster. It is a great alternative. So if you guys are interested in getting your own personal free consultation with me or with Judy, definitely contact us at the number below at Silva MD Anti-Aging and Wellness, or you can book us on Facebook, and you can also look for us on Instagram at Team Silva MD, and we will be glad to take care of you. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will definitely keep you updated with another video of my journey in the next couple of weeks when I go for my next treatment. Talk to you soon.